Page 26, White Rose of Athens. On pages 24 and 25, we get a little more into rhythms and notes and things. See, so far all we've had were quarter notes. Okay, well, there's also a thing called a half note. They show them in the middle of on page 24. Half note, dotted half note, and a whole note. Now, if you're from some countries like England, and one of my piano teachers, I have had like 4 or 5 concert pianist teachers. One of them was British, and she was raised and trained in, and she would call these things, and I had a terrible time. What's that again? She'd have to keep translating it because I couldn't remember the minim and dotted minim and all that. So in these videos, I use half note and quarter note and all that, and if you're accustomed to these other names, you're going to have to do the translating yourself. I'm sorry, but that's the way it works here. I live in Arizona, so that's what we do. So the half note, or minim, is an open circle with a line, a stem, we call it. It's the same as 2 quarter notes. Just remember that. A half note is the same as 2 quarter notes. The dotted half note is the half note with a dot behind it. It's the same as 3 quarter notes. Just memorize that. It's the same as 3 quarter notes. It doesn't matter what the time signature is. It's the same as 3 quarter notes. And then the whole note is a circle. That's what we had originally. It's the same as 4 quarter notes. Okay. Then they tell you the duration, and I have problems with the duration because how long a note lasts depends on the time signature. Like 4/4 or 3/4, the bottom note, that tells you what you're counting. Well, as long as it's a 4, then a quarter note gets a count. As long as a quarter note gets a count, then this duration they're telling you about is correct. So a half note gets 2 counts, a dotted half note gets 3 counts, and a whole note gets 4 counts. In other words, you hold the note down and play it for that long. So at the bottom, the first bar or first measure, there's 4 quarter notes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second bar, there's 2 half notes. Each half note gets 2 counts because it's the same as 2 quarter notes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The next measure, they've gobbled it up here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the half note gets 2 counts, and so you're going to hold it down for beats 2 and 3. That's 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other measure, it's a whole note. You hold it down for all 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how rhythms work. You're just following whatever the music tells you to play, and anything can happen. Good luck. Now, once you have a rhythm to its music you're working on, you don't have to count it anymore. You can feel it once you've got it. But you count it at first to make sure you got it correct. And they give a description of it at the top of page 25 of what we're doing at the bottom of page 24. Knock yourself out if you want to do that. And then on page 25 toward the bottom, they give you another one for the left hand, because it's in bass clef, and it's a 3/4 time. So you got a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Just playing them wherever it tells you to play. Count it out. Go your speed, not mine. You take it your speed, it's fine. And then they ask you if you kept the speed constant. Well, what a silly question. Of course we don't. It takes time to learn to do that because you're going to be going through here and you're going to hesitate. Let's see, what is, and then you'll continue on. Well, that's where you got to go back and you got to get rid of the hesitations because the beat does have to be a constant beat, and hopefully it'll be a constant speed. I have problems with that. We'll get into that more as we get into the music. Now, for White Rose of Athens, look at the music first. Let's just look the music over first. You have the one staff. It's got a treble clef. We're going to use the right hand. It's 4/4 time. So we're counting to 4. There's 4 beats in a measure, and we're counting quarter notes. And again, I suggest for a while, you forget the rhythm, forget the counting, and just say the note and play it. Play it and say it, I guess, is what it is. So you have, at the beginning, you have a C. They're still giving you the names of the notes in the music. I really wish they wouldn't do that. You need to learn to read the note and know what it is rather than the note name. You need to learn the note name. So you have a C, 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 D, E, D, and another D, and then next line it's a G, F, E, D, F, E, D, C, C. So just say the name of the note at any speed you want to go. You don't have to keep a constant beat or nothing. You're just working on drilling the names of the notes into your mental apparatus. Then we can go back and we add in the counting. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. It gets 3 counts in 4/4 time, because a quarter note gets 1 count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So go through and play the whole thing through. Then another symbol we need to learn. I don't know if they explained it or not, but I'm going to, because it's there and you need to know what it is. And that is, look in the first line and the last 2 bars, or the last 2 measures. You have a whole note in each measure, and there's a curved line that connects them. This curved line has different uses in music. You'll see, and it gets confusing as to exactly what does this curved line mean, because it could be different things. Well, when it connects 2 notes together, and it's the same note, it's called a tie. You, in effect, tie the notes together. In 4/4 time, let's use that. I can't have a note last longer than 4 counts, because there's only 4 beats in a measure. I can't have a note that lasts 6 counts when there's only 4 beats in the measure. It's not allowed. Naughty, naughty. So if I want a note to last longer than that, I have to tie 2 notes together. And that's what they've done here. They want that D, that whole note D, they want that to last 8 counts. And you can't do that in 4/4 time. So what they do is they take 2 whole note Ds, each one is 4 counts, they tie them together, and you play the first D and hold it down for the length of both. So it makes it like the first D now is 8 counts long. So when you play that D in the first line, there, you're going to hold that down for 8 counts. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go on. You get the same thing in the last 2 lines, where they've got a D tied together, and the last time they got C's tied together. And you just hold it down, you tie it. And again, it's important that you understand the rule for that. And it can only be 2 notes. You can only tie 2 notes together. If they want more notes tied, they have to string each pair of notes. You get a line of them that's one after another. They have to be the same note. They can't change notes. It's got to be it. So you go through and learn this so you can play it at whatever speed you want to play it. And then when you're ready, come back and play it with me, and let's make sure you have the right notes and the right rhythms. So I'll give us 4 counts, 1, 2, ready, go. And let's play it together slowly. Put your thumb on middle C and the hands is here. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2, 3, 4.